Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, South African pilot finds Cobra in cockpit. Skyrise introduces IFR-capable R-66. ANN SNFDD released full slate of innovation preview presentations. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. South African pilot finds Cobra in cockpit. A pilot in South Africa made a hasty emergency landing after discovering a highly venomous cobra stowed away beneath his seat. Rudolf Erasmus, who was transporting 4 passengers aboard a Beechcraft Baron 58, reported feeling something cold slide across his lower back as the aircraft departed the town of Worcester in South Africa's Western Cape. Mr. Erasmus glanced down to see the head of a Cape Cobra receding back under the seat. The commendably stoic pilot informed his passengers of the snake's presence, and he recalled, quote, "There was a moment of stunned silence," end quote. Mr. Erasmus advised ATC of his predicament and requested clearance to divert to the central South African city of Welkom, a flight of some 15 minutes from the aircraft's then position. Erasmus recounted, quote, "I kept looking down to see where it was. It was happy under the seat. I don't have a big fear of snakes, but I normally don't go near them," end quote. Mr. Erasmus's deportment under pressure was described, quote, "He stayed calm and landed the aircraft with a deadly venomous Cape Cobra curled up underneath his seat," end quote. Cape Cobras are among South Africa's deadliest snakes. In the fuss of evacuation after landing, the snake appears to have made an escape and has not been seen since. After the break, EAA's B-25 flies again in 2023.
Unbridled passion, unequaled performance, unlimited possibilities.
Hartzell Aviation, you are cleared for takeoff.
Introducing Hartzell Aviation, leading general aviation companies united by the Hartzell guiding principle of built on honor, a commitment to uphold the highest standards in quality, performance, and support. Hartzell Propeller, Hartzell Engine Tech, Hartzell Aerospace Welding. We are Hartzell Aviation.
Now boarding at hartzellaviation.com.
Are you tired of tucking your phone under your headset to make a call and having cords and adapters strewn about the cockpit? Experience wireless cell phone communications and your personal music with Pilot Communications BlueLink 2. BlueLink 2 gives you a wearable link to 2 Bluetooth-enabled devices at the same time and can even control your phone and music. Use BlueLink 2 with your existing headset or a Pilot Communications headset from pilot-usa.com.
Throughout the globe, Piper Aircraft has hand-selected the very best in company representation, service, and support. From first inquiry to acquisition to product support, Piper Aircraft ownership is seamless and worry-free. Piper Aircraft authorized dealers, factory trained, factory connected.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. EAA's B-25 flies again in 2023. EAA announced that its B-25 Mitchell, dubbed Berlin Express, will embark on a tour of 8 U.S. states. The tour's first scheduled stop will be in Wisconsin's capital city, Madison, where the B-25 will remain from June 2nd through 4th. Additional stops include a June 16th to 18th stint in Terre Haute, Indiana, and a July 14th to 16th stopover in Ankeny, Iowa. The slick twin-engine medium bomber will subsequently return to Oshkosh, where it will remain throughout EAA AirVenture 2022. FAA promotes aviation careers with video game. In an unconventional bid to promote awareness of aviation careers among America's youth, the FAA is turning to a video game the agency has dubbed the Airport Design Challenge. The Airport Design Challenge is designed for and open to students in grades K through 12. In addition to exposing participants to science, technology, engineering, and math precepts through the lens of the Minecraft platform, the initiative seeks to promote critical thinking and teamwork. National Agricultural Aviation Association issues warning. The National Agricultural Aviation Association has respectfully requested that operators of UAS, drones, remote control aircraft, and the like be mindful of low-altitude manned agricultural aircraft operations. UASs and agricultural aircraft share the low-altitude Class E environment. In the absence of an FAA waiver permitting such operations, drones are not allowed above 400 feet AGL. Manned agricultural aircraft, for their own part, fly as low as 10 feet AGL while applying fertilizers and pesticides. Conspirators inflate Boeing 767-300F price by $49 million. Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan has called for the resignations of the individuals involved in the fraudulent and malfeasant $49 million inflation of the price of Air Tanzania's first Boeing 767-300F. Air Tanzania is slated to take delivery of its inaugural 767-300F freighter in May 2023. According to the country's Comptroller and Auditor General's 2021-2022 report, the final installment the Tanzanian government was scheduled to pay Boeing for the 767 freighter was to have been in the amount of $37 million. The government was presented instead with an invoice for $86 million. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Skyrise introduces IFR-capable R-66. Skyrise announced plans to certify a variation of Robinson's R-66 single-turbine engine light helicopter for IFR flight. The aircraft is supplemented with a suite of technologies that Skyrise asserts will make general aviation, quote, safer and more affordable, with the cost of purchasing and operating the system only a fraction of pre-existing programs with the same purpose, end quote. Skyrise's aspiration to eliminate general aviation fatalities is predicated primarily upon the widespread adoption of a universal flight deck of the company's conception. Skyrise's system, dubbed Flight OS, is intended to improve safety of flight by reducing pilot workload and training needs rather than displacing flight crew from aircraft flight decks. According to Skyrise, Flight OS will bring commercial aviation safety standards to general aviation, which the company alleges suffers disproportionately from safety risks ascribable to pilot error and poor weather. The Flight OS suite replaces what Skyrise terms the, quote, complex controls, end quote, of typical general aviation flight decks, with a touchscreen tablet display and a joystick by which pilots interface with the system's fly-by-wire hardware and software. Flight OS interprets pilot inputs, then sees to the entirety of core piloting functions and, according to Skyrise, prevents pilots from inadvertently exceeding their respective aircraft's design flight envelopes and physical limitations. The company boasts that training pilots to interact with Flight OS requires mere minutes. And after these messages, ANN and SNFDD release full slate of innovation preview presentations.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Welcome back. ANN and SNFDD release full slate of innovation preview presentations. They came, they saw, they presented. Over 24 major aviation announcements were broadcast live from the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo's Pavilion facility on the opening day of this 49-year-old aviation juggernaut. Under the direction of SNF boss Gene Conrad, ANN chief videographer Nathan Cremisino, and ANN CEO Jim Campbell, aviation's most innovative companies gathered their best new programs, planes, and products to present to the aviation world with gravitas, drama, and detail. Over 24 unique presentations may be viewed or downloaded via the primary YouTube playlist published by ANN and SNF. ANN has released each of the 5-minute individual presentations as separate programs so they may be specifically viewed, embedded, and linked across the internet and further serve and educate the aviation community. The program has drawn strong praise from the Aeroverse, and SNF's Gene Conrad has already confirmed that the Innovation Preview will be a big part of the upcoming 50th anniversary Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in 2024. Terming it phenomenal, Conrad noted that the event has received, quote, lots of great feedback, end quote. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!